Hey, what's up, everyone? I got an email from one of the subscribers on the channel, and he had a good question and asked if I could maybe answer the question via video. So that's what I'm doing. So it's a great question, and it's something that you will encounter in this business. And so hopefully this helps you out. So he presents an actual situation that he comes across. I'm kind of looking at the email here. So trying to contact the overage claimant. Family member told me the claimant passed away and he didn't know who the executor / personal representative was over the estate. Okay, so good question. So what do we do? He also says we looked at the probate website for their county and saw that there's multiple creditors making claims against the estate that totaled about $50,000. The overage amount due to the decedent, however, amounts to over $100,000. Okay, so there's $100,000 overage due to the estate of somebody who's passed away, but there's $50,000 in creditors. So this is the situation. Would you still pursue this, or would you A, throw in the towel on this one and move on to the next deal, or conduct additional research before deciding to move forward on this one? So great questions. This is my take on this. If there is a deal where, let's say there's liens or debts against the property, but if there's still money, even after paying those debts, especially in this case, there's still going to be money left over. If there's only $50,000 in debt and it's $100,000 overage, then you could still collect $50,000 potentially. So to answer the first question, would I still pursue this? Yes, I would pursue this deal if it was me. So I would go after this deal, even though there are several creditors. And what would I do? What additional research? Well, first I'm going to find out if I can find an obituary, and from that obituary find out if I can see who the heirs are to the estate. You know, did this person have children? Did they have a spouse? If they didn't have children and they weren't married, are their parents still alive? Did they have siblings? I'm going to track down whoever I can, and especially in this situation, they've already contacted a family member, so I'm going to contact that same family member and say, hey, did they have any children? Did they have a spouse? Are their parents still alive? Do they have siblings? And I'm going to ask these questions of this family member and get the answers to them. Once I have that, then I'm going to ask for contact info, and then I'm going to reach out to who I think, whoever the heirs are, whether it's children, spouse, siblings, parents, whatever it is. And then I'm going to try to work a deal with them. So that's what I would do in this case is, number one, I would move forward even though there are liens or debt on the property, because there's still going to be money left over after the debt's paid off. And then I'm going to find who the rightful heirs are. How do you do this? Well, if there's already a probate open, here's another thing. You should be able to, the heirs should be listed in the probate case. So just pull up the case and see who the heirs are. Now, here's something else. Let's say in this example, there was no probate, or there was no probate case. What do you do then? Well, then you still try to find out who the heirs are, and then you're going to be under the state's intestacy statute, is what it's called. Intestacy means it's just when somebody dies without a will, or they have assets that are under a certain dollar amount, so they don't need to go through a probate. And then, just abide by those laws and see what your statute says and see who is. Usually the intestacy statute will tell you who would be entitled to the funds, because it tells you, okay, if somebody dies without a will, usually the remains of their estate will go to their spouse first. If there is no spouse, usually it goes to the children. If there's no children, it'll go to the parents. If there's no parents, it goes to the siblings. Every state might be a little different, but that's how my state works. So that's important to know, intestacy statute, for when people have died without a will. and there's no probate case. Yeah, hopefully that helps answer this situation. Great question. If you guys have other questions or things you come across, let me know. Reach out to me, and happy to help out wherever I can. And then, of course, if you're wanting to get started in this business, check out my course. Go to overagesyndicate.com, go through all the videos, and then you can sign up directly for the course at school.overagecourse.com. Yeah, that's it for today, guys. Hope that helps. See ya.